There's something you should know about marriage. What are you waiting for? Don't you know the Holy Quran says, He created for you mates from among yourselves, that ye may dwell in tranquility with them, and He has put love and mercy between your hearts.
Nah, I'm enjoying single life. You know what I mean? I know what you mean.
You shouldn't be enjoying anything. Don't you want to meet Allah pure and immaculate? The Holy Prophet said, whoever wants to meet Allah pure and immaculate should meet Him accompanied by a wife.
Yeah, but you know, marriage isn't really my thing.
Really? The Holy Prophet said, there is no institution in Islam more beloved and dearer to Allah than marriage. You're a Muslim, right?
Yeah.
You obey whatever the Holy Prophet and the Ahlulbayt tells you.
Yeah.
Then get married.
Yeah, but brother,
The Holy Prophet said, marriage is my sunnah. So whoever rejects my sunnah is not from me. So why are you rejecting the sunnah of the Holy Prophet?
No, I'm not. I'm just...
Do you not want to complete half of your religion? The Holy Prophet said, when the servant gets married, he has completed half of his faith. So let him be careful of his duty to Allah in the remaining half. As Muslims, half of our religion is to get married.
I'm just too young right now.
You're old enough to have a phone and sleep alone, and you've grown with plenty of hormones. Don't be getting shy now. And we all know we can smell the pheromones in the air, and yet you're still too young, huh? If you thought completing half your faith was a big deal, how about securing 2/3 of your faith? The Holy Prophet said, when a young person gets married at the prime of his youth, his inner Satan cries out in rage, woe unto him, woe unto him. 2/3 of his faith have now been secured against me. It's like the faith of a Muslim is vulnerable, but marriage is like a shield that protects a big portion of it. You don't want that shield?
You know, I'm still perfecting myself right now. I need to work on my own personal spirituality.
How nice.
I'll wait until Miss Perfect comes along, you know.
Okay, Mr. Perfect, except your personal spirituality means very little when Islam is a religion of forming and maintaining relationships and growing spiritually together. The Holy Prophet said, a married person sleeping is better in the sight of Allah than an unmarried person spending his night in fast and prayer. A married person might be sleeping, yet Allah prefers this person's sleep to the night of worship of a single person. You want to elevate spiritually? You want to get closer to Allah? You want to be successful? You want to improve yourself physically, spiritually, and mentally? Get married. In fact, Imam Sadiq said, a 2-unit prayer performed by a married person is better than 70 units performed by an unmarried person.
Nah, you know, I really enjoy bachelor life. I think I'm best as a single person.
Really? The Holy Prophet said, the worst ones from among your dead are the single people. That doesn't sound like the best to me. It sounds like the worst. If you die single, you're the worst among the dead people. I'm just telling you like it is. And again, the Holy Prophet said, the worst ones from among you are the single ones.
Okay, I'll be honest. I do want to get married. But my personal financial situation just doesn't allow it.
There. See, this poor young person does want to get married. The sons and the daughters of our community want to be married. Sometimes they might be shy to admit it. Sometimes they don't know how to approach it. But many of them want to marry. You know why they don't? Because they've been told a lie by certain people in the community. See, they've been told that before they get married, they must have a government job, a house, a car, savings in the bank, life insurance, health insurance, and a pet cat named Mr. Tibbles. Except not the pet cat named Mr. Tibbles. And what this basically means is this poor, innocent young person will never get married until they have all the things that people who are already married are generally expected to have. They've been told that their sustenance must increase before they're allowed to get married. And this is against the philosophy of Islam. In fact, Islam says the opposite, that your sustenance will increase after you marry. The Holy Prophet said, take up a wife, for verily that will bring about an increase in your sustenance. When you get married, your sustenance increases. Ask those who know. There was once a young boy, and he was poor. Then, when he got married, suddenly he had money and a house and car and stuff. His uncle was like, how did you get all this money? The boy said, well, the Holy Prophet said that if you get married, Allah will increase your sustenance. I got married, so Allah increased my sustenance. Uncle was like, no, tell me the truth. The boy said, that is the truth. I got married, so Allah increased my sustenance. Uncle insisted, no, tell me the truth. The boy said, okay, you got me. So basically there's this Jewish guy and he said to me that when I get married, he'll basically give me loads of money and stuff. His uncle was like, there is the truth. The boy said, shame on you. You believe in this fictitious Jewish guy that I conjured out of my imagination more than you believe in Allah. Uncle was like, oh, Brothers and sisters, respected elders, we have to believe in the promises of the Holy Prophet and the Ahlul Bayt. If they guarantee us that our sustenance will increase when we get married, we have to trust in that and believe it. And if we become a barrier between youths and marriage because of their personal financial status, then we are doing an injustice to them because it's their right to marry. No. If a child cannot marry, then he should not marry. No, if your child can't afford to marry, it's your duty to help him. The Holy Prophet said, children have 3 rights over their father: that he give them a good name, teach them how to read and write, and marry them off when they mature. It's not the child's duty to provide financially for his own marriage as much as it is the father's duty. What's more, we tend to make it far more difficult for youths to marry. Oh, and they have to be from the same nationality. Oh, and they have to have what I consider to be education. They just have to be from the same village. Not that skin color. Same age. Have to speak all the same languages. They just have to have a cat named Mr. Tibbles. Although it's usually nothing to do with a cat named Mr. Tibbles. Oh, and they have to be Sayyid. They just have to be Khoja. Congratulations, you've just narrowed down a pool of thousands of perfectly good mu'mineen and mu'minat who might have been perfect for your son or daughter. This is not Islam. This is racism, tribalism, classism, shadism, colorism, ethnocentrism, lookism, and an aftertaste of colonialism, not Islam. But these are the idols which our community are still attached to, by which they have narrowed down the perfectly good options that are out there to just 1 or 2 individuals. And when some youths see only these as their options, they tend to run away from the idea of marriage. And the harder we make marriage for them, the easier sins will be for them. We ought to remove all these social, economic, cultural differences in order to accommodate for pious young people to marry. That's why Imam Sadiq said, he who arranges for a single person to get married will be amongst those whom Allah will regard with mercy on the day of resurrection. No, my son won't get married until he completes his doctorate. Back in my day. Your day is over. Did you have smartphones back in your day? Computer screens with pretty little pop-up ads and social media constantly bombarding your weak little hearts with all sorts of profanities? No? Then accept that the time has changed and it's time we accepted Islam wholeheartedly. Allah desires that He should make light your burdens, and man is created weak. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to be young and single in today's society?
Okay, Mr. Biskit guy, let's be a little bit practical about this, okay? My daughter is not getting married until she has completed her bachelor's, her master's, and her PhD, okay?
And because of this mentality, many young women turn into not so young women and end up never getting married. This is bad.
Oh my God, I can't believe he just said that. I mean, that is so judgmental.
In fact, there's more than that. Imam al-Rida has narrated that the Archangel Gabriel descended to the Holy Prophet and told him, verily, the virgins among your women are as fruits on a tree, which when they ripen must be plucked, otherwise the sun rots them and the winds alter them. So when young women reach marriageable age, they have no other recourse apart from husbands. Otherwise, they will not be safe from corruption. This is the reality, whether it's as sweet as strawberries or as bitter as lime. Young women should be married early, otherwise the winds of society and the blazing gaze of men will spoil them.
Okay, we marry her.
Good, here's a decent guy, he's single, he prays his 5 daily prayers, he does all his wajibat, and he doesn't do anything haram. Why don't you consider him?
This guy? I am insulted!
He's too poor, he's too this, he's too that, he's from Africa, he's from Indonesia, he's not Khoja, he's not Sayyid, he's black, he's Chinese, blah 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 blah.
Okay, we accept him, but the dowry has to be 10,000 camels.
How jahil. This is the exact same mentality the Holy Prophet came to destroy. He said the best dowry is the simplest one. Now, there's no problem in the concept of the dowry in and of itself. I mean, it's giving a free gift to the person you're going to be marrying. It's quite nice. That's why it's a part of Islam. But those women who consider themselves to be oh so beautiful and therefore they have ridiculous dowries, this again is just something which is preventing 2 people from being together for the sake of Allah. And the Holy Prophet said, the best women in my community are those that have the prettiest faces and the smallest dowry. When the Holy Prophet married Khadija, was he a rich man? Out of the 3 most valuable possessions Imam Ali had, he sold his own armor and used that as the dowry. Imam Sadiq said a man during the time of the Messenger of Allah got married to a woman for a surah of the Quran, a dirham or some wheat. That dowry was called the dowry of the surah. Now, isn't that beautiful? That a woman would recognize the true value of learning a chapter of the Holy Quran and prefer the man who would give her this over the man who would give her a pearl necklace, for example. This is true love. That's why piety should be given priority over anything else when we're looking for a suitable husband for our daughters? Why are you looking for a diamond ring when you're worth more than anything that even the wealthiest person in the world could ever give? That's why when a man came to Imam Hassan and asked him for advice about getting his own daughter married, Imam Hassan said, marry her to a pious man, for if he loves her, he will honor her. And if he comes to dislike her, God forbid, at least he will not be unjust towards her. And brothers, you pathetic brothers, look, if you have gone head over heels and you've gone crazy over the girl of your dreams, but she's busting your ego and won't accept you for your character, your moral traits, and the goodness of your heart, and instead desires for you to cough up a month's salary for hefty gifts, you should drop her like a bad habit, because she won't give you happiness in this life or the hereafter. The Holy Prophet said, the beauty of a woman's faith must be given priority over the beauty of her face. And remember, the Holy Prophet said, he who marries a woman solely for her beauty will not find anything he likes in her after he marries her. And he who marries her for her wealth will be deprived of it as soon as he marries her. So look to marry women of faith. It's faith that helps build a relationship. True love is that which lasts for eternity. Brothers and sisters, if you truly love someone, you won't want to spend 30 to 40 years with them, grow old until you're 80 years old pooping in diapers and then just die and separate. No, that means spending all life together for the sake of Allah, and then when you die, you're resurrected together. You spend hundreds of thousands of years together and end up in paradise together. That's true love. So go ahead and throw apparent beauty, classism, wealth, a government job, a house, tribalism, a car, ethnocentrism, savings in the bank, racism, shadism, and a pet cat named Tibbles, who keeps putting that in the script, out the window when you're looking for a person to marry. Look for faith, and Allah will give you the rest in this life and the hereafter. That's true love. And remember, the Holy Prophet said, a man's telling his wife, I love you, will never leave her heart. Don't forget to share this with somebody who you feel might benefit from it.